Hello, and thanks for joining us.
Today, we'll be looking over the Vehicle Options tab in the WPSuperDealer admin settings. This is one of the most powerful features in WPSuperDealer, and it's important to understand the core concepts used to set up your vehicle types.
You can find the Vehicle Options tab by going to Dashboard, Vehicle Settings. When you click on the Vehicle Options tab, you'll find the Standard Tips and Tricks section,
which we highly suggest you give a quick glance,
followed by the Global Specifications section. These global fields are a part of every vehicle type. You may click on them to access some additional settings. You can disable them globally, set default values, or change their labels.
But these changes apply to every vehicle type and should not be recreated in their own specifications.
Below the global specifications, you'll find a small form where you can add your own custom vehicle type,
like tractors.
After creating your custom type, you'll need to add your own groups, specifications, and options.
You can also click on the link below the form and access the default vehicle types. They can be added by just clicking on them.
Let's take a look at one of the vehicle types and explore some of the different ways you can set up your vehicles for editing. After opening a vehicle type, you'll see several sections. In the top left is a button that allows you to remove the type. To the right of that, you'll see a small form that lets you change the icon associated with the type you're editing.
The icons are only shown on the vehicle edit page and are not shown on the front end.
Below this, you'll find the Specifications section and the Options section. Specification fields are the fields that store specific, unique information about a vehicle. Examples would include mileage, number of doors, and exterior color.
Options are a bit different from specifications.
You can think of them as items a vehicle either has or does not have.
Examples include things like remote start, electric windows, trailer hitches, and so on.
Both specifications and options can be placed into groups. Options not only have a top-level group, but they also have a sub-level.
Not all dealers will want their specifications or options to be grouped. In these cases, you may turn off grouping.
When turning off the groups, you'll find all of your specifications for that vehicle type become grouped together, and you can do the same thing to the options. Specification fields can also be used for searching and sorting your vehicles.
If you'll be using multiple vehicle types, then we suggest using similar specification names between vehicle types where applicable to simplify searching and sorting vehicles.
For example, if your site sells RV and automobiles, then you probably want to make sure you have mileage as a specification field for both. If you click on a specification, you'll find a small form that will let you turn your field into a taxonomy,
which is a fancy way of saying you can make it a type of category.
For example, let's look at the body style field. Let's edit a vehicle so you can see what this looks like. As it sits right now, it's just a normal field where users can enter whatever value they want. You'll notice the Vehicle Details section now has a place where we can select the specific vehicle type. Since this vehicle did have a vehicle type already selected, WPSuperDealer selected the first vehicle type as a default.
Automobiles was the original type, so by virtue of being first, it becomes the vehicle type for any vehicle that doesn't already have a vehicle type.
Let's scroll down to the Specifications section and find the body style. Notice that it's just a normal field that we can type any value into. Pretend we only want our users to select car, truck, or van.
We don't want someone to be able to enter what they want. If we did, then we might have some users entering pickup as a type, and some entering truck. You could also end up with some people entering sedan, and some people just entering car.
WPSuperDealer has a way for you to control what values can be selected for any specification field. To see how this is done, we'll go back to our Vehicle Options tab and select the body style field for automobile. We'll register as a taxonomy and toggle the Restrict Options toggle to on.
We still need a way to create the values, so we'll also select the Turn on Taxonomy UI toggle. Now let's save our vehicle options.
You'll now see body style as a menu item under Vehicles in the left-hand admin menu. This is why we turned on the Show Taxonomy UI option. If we click on it, we'll see a standard WordPress taxonomy page. Here we can add car, truck, and van. When we go back to our vehicle edit page and refresh it, we'll find the body style field has now become a drop-down. If you go back to the Options tab, you can change the label for the field or set a default value. Let's go back to our vehicle options and turn off the taxonomy UI. Now we don't need to worry about users going in through the taxonomy UI and adding or removing body styles.
Keep in mind, you shouldn't duplicate fields that are already global specifications. Those fields already exist as part of each vehicle type, and duplicating them isn't recommended at this time.
Since we have automobiles and RV as vehicle types, we might want to have a single field visitors can use to search body style on both vehicle type. The first problem is that RV don't call it a body style, they call it the RV class. Essentially, a body style and a class type are the same, so let's add body style to RV. Then change its label to class. If we decide to add body style to the search form, we can label it as type, then allow users to search on it, and it will cover both automobiles and RV.
Let's move on to the vehicle options.
We've already seen how we can turn off the groups, but you can also allow users to simply type in a list of options in a text box.
Let's do that to the RVs and then take a look at our vehicle edit page.
Right now this vehicle is an automobile, and you'll see how users can toggle on and off their options. When we scroll down, we'll see there's a second place, closer to the specifications, where you can change the vehicle type.
When we change it to RVs, we'll see that the option toggles have been replaced by a text area where users can just enter a comma-delimited list of any options they want.
You've now seen a brief view of the Vehicle Options tab and the different ways you can set up your vehicle types, options, and specifications.
In our next video, we'll look at setting up our search form.
We want to thank you for watching and hope to see you next time. God bless.